I got a couple of texts today from people who are watching some of the auctions that are ending this weekend, and just they were at shows. I think the Chantilly show somebody was at, and a couple of people who are big buyers say, kids, what are you doing? What are you doing with these cards? What are you selling? You buying? What are you looking at? What do you think? One person even told me he was thinking about selling some cards, and stacking up some cash and maybe buying stocks. And the first thing, of course, I asked was, what are you holding? Because if they told me they were holding base Prism cards and that kind of stuff, I have a different conversation. And they told me that they, they're holding Gretzky, OPC, PSA 8. I'm like, all right, you're gonna sell that? Like, what what are you thinking? First of all, the price is down a little bit from where it was. Second, when this stuff bounces back, that's the kind of card that moves faster than Disney stock. So anyway, that's just my take. I want to make sure everybody out there knows that it's something that we're definitely discussing. We've had guests on. If you haven't listened to our episode with AIH and LAFC Gunnar, really good conversation about where the market is, where it's headed, and you name it. One of the things that I will tell you, just to kind of round out and finish up the episode, is I'm buying, right? But I'm not buying everything, right? I'm buying stuff that I think is kind of, you ever hear you throw the baby out with the bathwater? You ever heard that one? Well, if people are talking about, oh, the market is not in a good spot, oh, I'm selling, well, sometimes some of the good stuff gets caught up with the junk. And we spend the last 25 minutes talking about some of the good stuff, some of the high-grade Mickey Mantle cards, Mike Trout, Patrick Mahomes, George Mikan, right? And my take right now, as somebody who has seen ups and downs in the hobby, is this is nothing new, right? We have seen markets go up, go down. We've seen markets, the right assets in cards, the right cards, the ones that people will always want, the ones that will always be collectible. Now, in my eyes, this is a time where if you catch somebody throwing out some good stuff with the bad, like that person who texted me who, yes, some of the cards maybe they should sell, but don't sell your Gretzky 79 OPC and PSA 8, right? Because that's going to get lumped into, everybody's, instead, I'd look to buy that, if it wasn't a friend, I'd be like, all right, sell it to me. So, these are the times I believe that if you think with a bigger picture here, wide lens, take a look at more than what's happened in the last 3 months and more than what's going to happen in the next 3 months. As long as you're planning on being here for a little while, I think now is the time that you might be able to find some real bargains. And clearly there are a few, more than a few, in the PWCC weekly auction.